Hi Gary, thanks for coming in and joining us today. After a difficult week, which we'll come on to shortly, home game against Brentwood above us. They're obviously in the playoffs. Fantastic win, 3-2. Can you give us your thoughts on today's game?
Great result and a really good performance. I thought, to a man, every single player run hard today, but in possession I thought we were excellent. Out of possession I thought we were very organised, and it was a great result because we've said all season long that we've not beaten anyone in the top five, but we feel we should be more competitive. We're disappointed with the last two games. We feel we let ourselves down a little bit against Chatham, a lot against Billericay, and then we kind of question, are we just below that level of the top five? So today was a really tricky test, but showed that we can compete in that top five.
I think you're absolutely right. Clearly, Brentford, looking on the way they performed today, going forward, very attack-minded, very pacey. But we looked dangerous as well. We looked solid at the back. We took the lead through a good goal today. Khan came up with a left foot shot. So you must have been delighted to go 1-up so early in the game as well.
Yeah, we were. I think we deserved to go 1-up. I thought we started the game really well. I thought we controlled the tempo of the game. Our possession was good. There were some nice patterns out there. We were disappointed to concede so quickly after our goal, but you can go one way or the other after that, and we got to get control of the game again and then got ourselves in front. Something we probably haven't done a lot of this year is scoring right at key moments, and that goal just before half time really sets us up for the team talking in the second half.
Yeah, as you say, it's a perfect time to score, isn't it? A minute before the half time, and again, a guy that's come back into form, Welps. Had a solid game today, as they all did, as you rightly said. Good that he's banging them in again as well.
Yeah, I mean he's got a few goals of late. We've mixed his position as a 9 and a 10. I thought today he was excellent. The running stats will be off the chart today, but also his quality on the ball, how he brought others into the game, organising players around him. And I think him and Ben Pope really complemented each other as a leading line, with obviously the youngsters around them.
As you say, we went 2-1 up, and then again, as we said, they're very good going forward. They got back to 2-2, and then up steps Ben Pope. Always gives 110%, doesn't he? But I was at that end, and I thought it was a great header for his goal, and he worked very hard for that today, didn't he?
Yeah, he deserved the goal. He probably doesn't get enough goals that he deserves, but we actually had this chat on Thursday that his role is so much bigger than just scoring goals. The way he leads the line, how he competes. Centre halves. Every centre half we've signed has always said he's a nightmare to play against. So we're lucky to have him with us rather than against us. And I think I'm pleased he got the goal because his performance was excellent today. And again, another one where his running stats will be high because he did everything he could out of possession, as well as in possession.
I spoke earlier about the defence that everybody played well, but they put us under a lot of pressure in the last 10 minutes, and then there was an additional 7 minutes as well. And as we well know, as a club, those additional minutes can be very key. We scored a lot of goals in additional time, haven't we? But the defence stood firm today.
Yeah, they did. They were really organised, really disciplined throughout. And then that last little bit, it does become a bit gun-ho, and then it's about winning your contacts and winning the knockdowns. I think we managed the 7 minutes really well, or 8.5 minutes it was in the end. I think we managed it well. The corner at the end is a bit nervy. We've been undone by it before, but absolutely brilliant. They put their bodies on the line and they made sure we got over the line.
Well, it's 3 points today, and we now move on to Monday, away to Chichester. What are your thoughts on that game?
Well, it's another tough one. Chichester, very much like us, possession based, so it should be a good game of football in terms of the ball being on the floor. They'll be organised. They're well coached by Dava down there. So we'll have a look at how we recover, who's fit, what rotations we need to do in terms of the squad, being that it's so close together, and we'll go back and we'll give a good account of ourselves.
Before we started today, obviously I mentioned it's been a difficult week. Obviously the news that Jay's moved on from the club. Can you give us any information and what your feelings are towards what's happened?
Yeah, well, I think the first thing is to say thank you to Jay and acknowledge his contribution across the last 2 seasons, which is, you know, he's played a big part in us getting promoted and a big part in our success this season. I'm not on social media. I've stayed off it, so I've not seen the comments. I believe there's a few unfair comments, which to myself it is what it is. But I think there's unfair comments towards David and Vicky as owners of this football club, because when I first stepped into management 2 and a bit years ago, this football club wasn't destined for step 3. And not only have we been promoted, we've now got fantastic facilities. So they don't deserve any kind of criticism whatsoever. Sometimes in football there's strategic decisions to try and take the club forward, and that's the way it's been handled. And we wish him well for the future, and we'll carry on. We'll not listen to the noise, and we'll just continue to try and progress as a football club.
Cool. Obviously, I know your position. You're a director as well in the club, and I'm sure these decisions aren't made lightly, are they? And as you say, clearly David and Vicky, you know, have got, you know, the best intentions of the club to move forward. And as you say, sadly, sometimes, you know, things happen, and people, you know, players move on as well, don't they, for different reasons. So it's part of the footballing life, isn't it?
It is part of the footballing life, and you see players come and go, and we see managers come and go. I'm pleased that the club was able to offer Jay an opportunity to come back in and put some wrongs right. And you know, he when he left the first time round, I think he had unfinished business, so it was nice that he got the opportunity to come in and correct that, and leave, you know, in a good place. And I'm sure he'll go on, he'll get a good job, and he'll go and do well wherever that may be.
Absolutely, and as you say, there's a lot of us that do thank Jay for his contribution into where we are currently in this league. Thank you for your explanation; it's much appreciated, and congratulations on your win today, Gary. And let's look forward to 3 points on Monday.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time. Cheers, Gary.